Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. As we grow, as we develop, we have a new sign for us out here. Here we are, Saturday night, filming in preparation for delivery Wednesday morning. So thank you all for listening to our last 30 podcasts about life, death, and everything in between, and for following and subscribing and supporting us. And, thank you for the little bit of sponsorships we get. Allowed us to get this cute little sign here. We'll keep using it whenever we can. Today, we're going to do a special show. We got asked, hey, man, you guys are higher ed professionals. Talk to us about me.
I don't know about professional.
I don't know about the word professional, but we definitely work in
higher ed. There you go.
As higher ed professionals, can you kind of talk a little bit about this dialogue that's going around? Is college worth it? And first we'll say, of course we're biased, right? We work in higher ed.
Yep.
Higher ed has been good to us, and it's changed it's changed my life, man. So as unbiased as we can, we're going to tell you why it's still worth it. Okay, why college is still worth it. But also, to be fair, the second part of that conversation is why college may not be for you. All right, so we're going to do both today. We're going to share our top personal reasons why we think college is still worth it, and we're going to share 7 reasons why we think it may not be for you. So join us today. Thank you for listening to our podcast. We'll get right into it, brother. So you hear all the time, right? And so the whole thought behind this concept was this topic today was the ongoing discussion that I don't need a college degree, right? And let's be clear, we're not professionals who think in order to be successful you need a college degree.
Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not. Now, there's some things you have to know though. If you want to be a school teacher, for example, you have to have a 4-year degree.
Of course.
You have to be certified in the state that you want to teach. You have to have I would say no criminal record, but I would imagine these days it's not a serious criminal record. I don't know exactly how that industry works, but there's a lot of places where you can work without a degree, and there's a lot of places where you have to have a degree of some sort. Right? So that's kind of our background. In no way would we ever think that you have to have a degree in order to establish self-worth. No. Right? Like you and I, Caesar, are no better than anyone else who doesn't have a degree, who doesn't even have a middle school or elementary degree. We're no better. It's just in the industry that we work, we need these degrees, right? So what does the research say about having a degree? Right? You've always heard it, right? The difference between having a college degree and a high school degree is significant, maybe in the millions of dollars over the course of a lifetime of earnings, right? Now, in everything we say along those lines, there's going to be an asterisk because there's going to be someone who's like, nope, not true. I know someone who's a plumber, for example. I know someone who builds houses. They don't have a degree, and they have way more money than these guys with degrees. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. But here's how I'm going to answer that. In everything you do, are you that badass? Are you a badass? Then you can do whatever you want.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, dude, with a degrry or without, if you that badass, you're going to be successful.
Yeah. If you have that work ethic and you know what you need.
That's all it is. It's the same thing if you have a degree and you have a sorry-ass work ethic, you're not going to achieve. If you went to college, here's another thing I hear often. Oh, man, I went to college. It didn't even serve me. It sucks. And I said, let me ask you a question. Did you finish? No, because they were doing me wrong. Oh, listen, your language is already someone that is a victim. Mm-hmm. Baby, college is not for you then. If you're going to sit here and make excuses on, oh, my professor, he hated me because of this, or she was treating me wrong because of, listen, you got to man up. You got to woman up. You got to be a mature adult in order to get through these dang programs, dude. They're no joke.
They're not easy.
They're not easy, dude. They're not made to be easy. If it was, then everyone could do it. It's just like I have a lot of family members who work in oil and gas. That's not an easy job.
No.
But if you can do it, well, you're going to make some money.
Oh, yeah.
Welders, another example. Not easy to do. It's a unique skill set.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a great welder, you're going to make great.
You can do it.
Man.
Yeah. Oh,
and if you can handle the workload and the late nights and the middle night calls, nursing is another one that stands out for me. So there are things that take a degree, some that take a certification, and some is just entrepreneurship or you learning how to do that on the job training. But at the end of the day, it's who you are.
Yeah.
If you don't have that work ethic, brother, you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
All the excuses in the world, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely part of a lot of what we've seen and what I've been noticing, specifically with the recent students coming into the universities. They think that they just because they graduated or they went to college, they deserve the best job, making six figures right off the bat. Just because, well, I went to college, yeah. That ain't how it works. That's not how it works. Yeah, you have to go to college to get your foot in the door into these roles, into these positions. But the work ethic is what's going to get you to the six figures. It's going to get you to make an advancement on wherever you're at.
Look at it like this. Hey, I'm on the baseball team. The coach doesn't play me.
It's on.
I mean, baseball. That's why I use baseball. I didn't say basketball, bro. Baseball, okay? I'm on the baseball team.
Oh, you're the bad boy.
Okay. You did not see that domestic violence. Is that domestic violence? Family violence? I don't know. Podcast violence? Yeah, I hit him. Okay, here's the deal. Let's say you're on the team. You're on the baseball team. If you're not working hard, they're not going to play you. Mm-hmm. Oh, but this and that. But my dad used to play baseball. Okay.
Well, he was better than you.
He had that work ethic you don't. So it's the same thing, right? I went to college, man. I grinded, dude. I handled my business. And if my kids go to college and they don't put in that same effort, they're not going to get the same results.
Just because your daddy has a doctor, it doesn't mean
it don't mean you have a doctor.
Have one.
It don't mean now. Are you smart enough? Everyone's smart enough, bro. Does that mean I'm smart for having a doctorate? I'm not smart. I work hard. I had a personal competition with myself to prove some things to me and also to honor some people.
Yeah.
To honor my parents, to honor my children, my spouse. I just wanted to get to the next level. So for me, it worked. Mm-hmm. It's not for everybody.
No.
But I know this. Point number one, higher earning potential. You will make more money with a degree if you grind and I'll say this more often than not. Because
for the most part.
Yeah, the example we gave, right? If you want to go into real estate, you're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
You want to sell insurance, you can make a lot of money. You want to, paint cars or be a plumber or air conditioner, you can make a lot of money. But are you going to work hard, though, man? Yeah, you could say, like, oh, I'm going to buy and sell. I'm going to flip houses. At what point? Right? Are you going to go on there on Sundays? Or are you going to be like, no, I don't work Saturdays and Sundays. And Mondays I only work half a day. And Tuesdays I really try to take it easy. And then Wednesdays, it's family day. Now, maybe you're not the one then. When you look at these top dogs, man, the PBDs of the world, Joe Rogans, think of any musical artist. Think of, my dog, Jelly Roll, or anyone else. You want to know what they have to do to that work ethic. All day long, man. It's tough. Even for us. It's Saturday night, man. You know what we could be doing on Saturday night? We only got together because Caesar's concert he was going to go to got canceled. Right? That's a whole other subject.
That's a whole different story. I don't want to talk about.
He's supposed to be at a concert tonight. It got canceled for, look it up, man. Julian Alvarez, that's his name, right? Look the guy up and find out why they canceled this concert. And that's why. And so we met up here Saturday night. My point is this: we can be doing a whole lot of other things, man. Mm-hmm. Here we are in his room, getting together, knocking it out, and then tomorrow we're gonna film again. I mean, it's just nonstop. And this is a weekend where we should be off, but we don't take time off, man. If you have that same work ethic, you will be A-okay, with or without a degree. But this is 7 reasons why we think it's still worth it. One of them is earning potential. You're going to make more money if you're the one. What about increased job security, okay? So if you think about it, the chances of landing a job getting the interview, staying at the job, and then in competitive fields where you already have to have, I mean, it always helps to have a strong work ethic. But if you have that degree, it puts you, as you say, your foot in the door.
Yeah, I think honestly, a degree, I think still to this point, a degree serves as a signal to your employers of your commitment, discipline, level of expertise in that field. Obviously, there are a lot of more components that go into you getting the job, getting the interview, and actually performing at the job other than a degree. But if you put two resumes that look exactly the same next to each other, and one of them says that they have a degree and the other one doesn't have any degree, you're more than likely to go interview the person with a degree first. That don't mean they're gonna work out. That don't mean that the other person is less than or more than the other. But just having that degree gives you that slight advantage.
Yeah, it's the job security. And not only that, it could even give you an edge on negotiating salary.
Yep.
Right? Depending on what kind of degree you have. Right? Yeah. That's just the reality, you know? And so I think about like a job at Child Protective Services in the state of Texas. And they just want you to have a degree. Right? There's a lot of police forces. They want you to have a degree. Now, most of them have a criminal justice and sociology,
psychology,
yes,
something like that.
Along those sciences. But for the most part, they want to see that you start and complete something. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Right? And because college can be extremely difficult, it challenges you in establishing your structure, in turning in assignments on time. They've already seen who you are as a potential candidate, right? And so that's number 2, increased job security. Number 3 is career advancement, right? So with that degree is the opportunity to advance within that field. For example, if you sell insurance, you don't need a degree to sell insurance currently. That might change one day, who knows? But with a degree, it makes you a little bit more marketable. It makes you understand
different skills.
You can talk about that, like what kind of, like career advancement with a degree. If you're the employer, you're more likely to give that opportunity to someone who has a degree than not. With everything else being the same, work ethic and all that stuff. I'll take work ethic over degree.
Oh, absolutely, any day. Yeah, I think it helps to build the communication skills, just because of the environment that you're in education. It helps with the personal development. It helps the people that are hiring to see that, hey, he went through 4 years, he did it, whatever. We talked about our GPAs. We didn't start with the best GPA, but at the end of the day, we finished. And when we got to where we wanted. So that's also personal growth, personal development. And also, I think the biggest thing in classes, and well, I don't know if still now, but at least whenever I was going in school, a lot of the classes in my program focus on building that critical thinking.
Yeah.
So that also helps whenever it comes to getting a job and advancing in those positions.
That's perfect. That brings me into reason number 4, skill development, right? And so college provides those opportunities to develop the on-demand technical skills, soft skills, communication, critical thinking, problem solving, as you discussed. And so 100% it allows you to develop those skill sets that maybe you didn't have in high school, along with maturity and so many other things. And so our point is that college is still worth it. It's still something that is going to challenge you, that's going to say to your employer, this person is a candidate that we like. I'm someone, when I used to review a lot of jobs and scholarships, I like to take the complete person into consideration.
Yeah.
So we talk about that often, about your GPA and how people can kind of judge you based on your GPA. And I think there's a movement to move away from that, to say, listen, maybe this person didn't have the strongest GPA or quote unquote the most competitive, but they also were a single parent, or they were taking care of a parent at home, or they were dealing with some health issues, or they were a veteran an active duty, or they're a working professional, a working adult. There's a lot of reasons to understand why that GPA isn't 4.0 in perfection. And we say it, and we'll keep saying it. We will take a 3.1 working badass over a 4.0 who
entitled,
all this stuff, whatever stereotype you want to have about that person. We think that whether you have a degree or not, if you work hard, man, you're going to be okay. You really are going to be okay. But with a degree, it puts you in a position for some fields that you can't otherwise get into.
Yeah.
Let's say you want to be a therapist. Let's say you're really great about helping people get through their issues and work through those issues. You can't be a therapist without a degree. Yeah. You need a master's degree in counseling or a PhD in psychology to be able to provide those services. This is the reality. And so it's worth it. It's worth it because the longevity and the opportunity for skill development. Mm-hmm. So the other one I wrote, this is a unique one. Travel is another benefit to earning a degree. Why we think earning a degree is still worth it. Specifically, travel to do job interviews. Travel, let's say if you're a nurse, you're a traveling nurse, is a whole new opportunity for growth. But even if you're just me, and I have a degree in ed leadership, my doctorate in ed leadership, and my master's degree in counseling, if I get tired of living in Dallas, I can take a job in West Texas or Central Texas. If I get tired of Texas, I can, as I have taken jobs in DC, in Michigan, in Washington State, in California. And so I've been able to travel the United States based on where I want to work. And you can go to higheredjobs.com and literally pick a region. Hey, I want to work in the Midwest. And so what are the jobs there? I want to work at the community college or a four-year, private or public. And so those are all terms you have to know, right? 2-year, of course, community college, 4-year public or your state institutions, and then 4-year private are those SMUs of the world and other types. And so worth considering. But yeah, travel is a big part of that. You've recently been able to go on the road and
been all over the place.
All over because of your degree, right? Whether it's being a consultant, interviewing with jobs, people saying, "Hey, man, I like what you're doing there in Texas. Can you come over and talk to us and help us explore this in our state?"
I think I explore more states because of work and the work that I'm doing than for fun. Started with Boston.
Yeah.
As a either junior or senior in college. I don't remember. It's been that long. Then Cali, Louisiana, all over Texas, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah. All because of your degree.
Yeah.
And to be honest, if you were working a job where you're just surviving, I talk about it all the time that my dream job was to be the trash guy, man. A dude riding in the back of the dump truck, picking up trash on stuff. Those are tough jobs, man. Those are jobs where you're going to work 5-6 days a week. When is that going to take you to another state to explore and have a good time? It's not, man. And listen, I'm someone who thinks you can make the best out of it. If I really was destined to be a guy on the dumpster, I would have had a good time, man. I would have had a great time. I would have been like, "Hey, I found this in the trash can,"
Hey, I found this couch taller than me.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
They're all taller than me. All the couches are taller than me. That's why I go to what's that? Rooms to go. They have a kids section.
The kids to go.
Kids to go. All right. So, thank you. If you're commenting right now, screw you, Caesar. Thank you. I appreciate that. Big ass Sasquatch head. Okay. So, that was point 5. Point 6 on earning your degree and college life and why it's still worth it. Dude, there's the experience.
Yeah.
The overall college experience.
Yeah.
Sports, clubs, Greek life. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, honestly, it just gives you opportunities to do even to travel. Whenever I was in commerce, I played for the club team, the soccer club team. Obviously, I had scholarships to go play um, D1, and I had a couple NIA, yeah, NIA opportunities out there. But I mean, honestly, just I think for me that was pretty cool. Got to travel all over Texas to play against different schools. Visited A&M, San Antonio, Houston, all over Texas.
Beat A&M.
Beat A&M, yeah, we actually did beat A&M that day.
What's up?
I came up with a clean sheet that day.
Because look, the side note, the amount of talent just in soccer.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In the DFW.
Oh yeah.
The amount of talent just in basketball in the DFW. And of course, the amount of talent just in football. Like the DFW, dude, in itself is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
I love it. So, and I like high school sports, and so I mentioned that because over the years, I like to go to different high school events where there's a football game or track meet, and just watch this amazing talent.
You never know who might come out, bro.
100%. 100%.
You never know who's going to come out of there.
On a college campus, guys. Oh man, I can't share enough.
I can't share anything.
You can't share anything. I was not in the fraternity.
College life.
I know none of that, but I know like the clubs, man. So you're thinking chess club or some card club, like Pokemon club, yeah, Spanish club, yeah. They have all those things. They also have like robotics and AI,
music,
music. Oh, dude, it's crazy amount of clubs on each college campus throughout the United States. Intramural sports. You have scholarship sports, man. Like if you're at that level, you want to compete. Community college, private, public. There's so many different routes you can take to continue that high school career. Take care of your grades, it's a big part of it. Take care of your health and reach out to those coaches. And I wish you luck, man. I hope you can play at that college level sports. And if not, as Cesar said, there's intramurals, and our intramural team went down there, played some big schools, and beat them. Again, because of the talent that we have up here, it's wild. Greek life, these guys. I'm not a member of Greek life, but those guys are brothers and sisters for life. That's an understatement, dude. For life, you guys take care of each other. Yeah. It reminds me of those of us who are veterans. Like, man, I have brothers and sisters for life, man. If they ever need anything, whatever it takes, I'm there. It's the same thing with you guys, man. Y'all have, just a unique way of taking care of each other.
Yeah, especially at our institution, where I went to school at. Since it was a much smaller school, like the pride that the alumni and that we take of being part of an organization and part of the school, it goes a long way. I mean, we had our reunion not too long ago. We had people that graduated in the 60s, 70s. I was actually the youngest one, graduating in 2015. When did I graduate? 2019. Graduating in 2019, but we had about 250 alumni that came from all over the U.S., Texas, to be with the guys, to be with the brothers and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
No, you have that, man. You have that. It's like I went to this high school event the other day, and there was alumni there from the high school, and they just love their high school so much that they're willing to give back and real money, man, real money. Yeah. I also have an appreciation for my high school and my mascot and the colors, and I was actually bragging about them this weekend, man. It was such a special time in our life, right? Well, college is that magnified. Yeah. So you're 18 to 22, 23 and falling in and out of love and meeting the best friends of your life and creating enemies and navigating through all that stuff, and first time away from home, learning how to wash your own clothes or whatever else, dude. Whatever how to go beyond ramen noodles, man, as far as a meal. And those memories you're going to have for the rest of your life. So that college experience is a big part. That's why we spend so much time talking about it. If you just manage your time, manage your money, and then have fun with all that other stuff. You'll be all right.
Absolutely.
So our last point is the quality of life, and I'm thinking post work life. Okay, so I've had different colleagues, friends from high school say, yo, man, that higher ed thing, man, like, like y'all don't make a whole lot of money. Like, no, we don't make a whole lot of money. I'm not sure what a whole lot of money is. I know this. I'm happy with where I'm at. I have lived a good life. I get to retire one day, and I've been able to travel to like 30 or 40 different states in like 15 to 20 different countries, and I've had a wonderful time, and I wouldn't change any of it. And it was all directly related to me earning my degree, which I, at another point to that, my degree came as a result of my service in the military and just my exaggerated determination to get through this, man. And so, with my degree, I'm no better than anyone else. And even if I didn't have it, I wouldn't be any better than anyone else. But I know this: I earned my degree so that I can have that impact. Caesar, you and I have it on the community. If we did not have a degree, we wouldn't be invited to the table, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. They rarely invited Mr. Fuentes, but they do invite Dr. Fuentes, right? They do not invite Caesar, the high school education kid. Even with his great ideas, but they like Caesar's understanding of higher ed and the complexity and how to talk to particularly young men of color.
Yeah.
Like, that's your specialty, man. And if you didn't, maybe not to the professionals, but the kids would figure you out. They scope you out like, you don't even know nothing about this industry. You don't know what it's like to be African American or Latino or Asian or Muslim in higher ed. How difficult it can be, because it can be difficult depending on what part of the country you're in. My experience was different. For Caesar and the team and the lead team that he leads, it may be different as well. But I know this: higher ed and those college degrees have prepared us for that.
Yeah.
And my right? Would you agree? And the last point on the quality of life for me is I started thinking about retirement, and I'm not broken. I'm not beat up. I may have beat myself up because of health, but my job didn't beat me up. And I think about there's some jobs out there that maybe don't require a degree, and you might be making more money now, but you're going to plateau at a certain point. Perhaps. Don't text me and call me and say, I did 50 years doing this and I'm not broken up. Okay. I know, 1 in a million. But I could probably ask you a couple questions and be like, yo, dude, hey, you a hard worker, dude. Like, you didn't take any time off. I know the types that can grind like that. Men and women can handle their business. I'm just saying, normally, traditionally, my body's not broken. I get to enjoy retirement. And if you work in an industry where there's not great retirement plans, where they didn't take care of you, where your body is broken, that can be hard, man. Particularly last few years of your life.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's it, man. That's our 7 points in why we still think college is a degree. 7 quick, dirty points, man. We think it's worth it. It has been good to us, dude. And we have been able to bless others and talk to others, empower whole families, and change the trajectory of whole generations by impacting people and connecting them to this resource. But I'll be the first to tell you, I've also seen people who didn't need college and have done quite well. I've seen people who have a college degree who are lazy. They're not going to do well. And I've seen people with and without or without a degree who are not lazy and they're going to do quite well. My point is this, man. It's whoever you are. It doesn't matter where you go to school even. Okay? When I was working for the federal government, I graduated from Texas A&M University of Commerce. And I was at the table with Harvard, Dartmouth, Yale, Penn. I was at the table with these big dogs, and they talk different. And they kind of was, they talk different.
Yeah.
And here's this little Mexican country kind of weird looking dude showing up with a funny accent. But I can still handle my business because at the end of the day, I'm there to grind. I'm there to work. And if that's you, it's yours. It's yours.
Absolutely.
Okay? So, it doesn't matter where you graduate from. but it does matter the amount of debt you take on.
Yeah.
So that leads us to our next point. Our next point is 7 points. Why college may not be.
Yeah, especially now in this economy. Whew.
Dude, we try to limit it to 7, but we could go to 100. Why it may not be for you.
Yeah.
Now, why would we share that with you? Because we're professionals in the field. We know it's not for everybody.
No.
It was for us. But if you were to say, hey man, I go to the gym 6 days a week, that's not for me. That's for you though.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, man, that you have done well at the gym 6 days a week. It's not for me. So you can't be like, and people go to them like, dude, you should go to the gym more often. People are not like that. And people in higher ed, I hope, are not like, you should have got your degree. Nah,
well, unfortunately, I think that's what distinguishes us.
There is a stigma.
We tell it straight to our students. We're like, bro, this isn't for you. Go to the college, the community college route. Go get a trade work.
Yeah, because it may not be for you right now.
Yeah, exactly. So it might not be good for you. So, but I think a lot of the things is a lot of people misjudge higher ed professionals because they think that all we care about is like you can come to school, you got to come to school, you got to be here, you got to do. At the end of the day, that's not who we are. If we see something in somebody else,
that's why we created the higher ed home.
Exactly.
The higher ed home, the whole concept behind it was non-traditional approaches to non-traditional issues, right? Finding non-traditional solutions to some pretty difficult non-traditional problems that surface, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just our perspective. It's unique perspective. We don't marginalize and alienate anyone in that conversation, formally or not educated. Any race, any gender, ethnicity, any religious or non-religious belief. We just want to be at the table to be like, hey, it's different for unique populations. Different people, different experiences. That's all where we're coming from. So on this one, why it may not be for you, here's just our perspective why it's not. You hear the rhetoric, you hear all the conversations happening. Cost. We'd be lying to you if we told you that the cost hasn't risen.
I said an all-time high right now.
I said all-time high. It's the same thing like, hey, man, should I buy a house right now? I mean, I don't know. What part of the country do you live? What kind of job do you have? Is it a job that you're going to have for a long time? What kind of house is it? I mean, there's a lot of things you have to understand about purchasing a home or renting an apartment or living in someone's home as an option. Mm-hmm. Some things are temporary, some things are permanent. With higher education, like what do you want to do? Oh, you want to go to, I'm not going to say names, a big university, the big name, fancy university, and then you want to do what with it? You want to be an engineer? Handle your business. Oh, you want to
go be a teacher?
You want to be a school teacher? Hey, you can do that. Let me brag about Dallas College. Dallas College now, you can go to Dallas College and get a 4-year degree.
Yeah.
Now, as someone who works at a 4-year degree, I didn't like that so much. Just so you know, I was like, hey, Dallas College, what y'all doing over here? But you know what? You at Dallas College, they're serving the community. Yeah. 4-year degree ain't for everybody. 4-year university ain't for everybody. And there's enough people for all of us to eat, right? For everyone to still uplift and bring people up. If you want to be a school teacher, you don't have to leave your home if you live in the DFW. But if you do want to leave your home, I know some great universities. I happen to work at one. If you happen to live in a certain part of the country, certain part of Texas, in East Texas, for example, I can give you another example of the one I work at, right? Now, we're not representing our university this weekend, but we kind of always are. Mm-hmm. And I can brag about where I work. He can brag about where he works because there has been intentional efforts to take care of people. But we'd be lying to you if we told you that the cost of that tuition has not gone up significantly. It's almost made it to where some people can't afford it. Mm-hmm. Okay? So here's the deal. If you want it, it's there for you. Those colleges will find that money for you. They'll help you. Right? And if not, worst case scenario, and there's no money available, there are other opportunities, man. I see people stretch out 3 to 6 hours at a time, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's not ideal, but if you're a working adult and you can take a couple hours, I'll tell you this. every couple semesters, my university be doing free college classes for master's level students to incentivize people to come to school.
To go to school.
I mean, a couple years back, if you worked for my university, you could get a doctorate paid for, man. Bro, the opportunities are there. Explore if you want to do it. I know people that work for the local police force, Dallas PD. Dallas PD will pay for your degree.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in the Army, the United States Army paid 75% tuition assistance for us to go to school. Explore those opportunities. Find a job that says, if that's what you want, I want to go to college, but I need to work. Well, then find a job that's going to help offset or pay for your college degree.
Yep.
Maximize. And then there's the student loan debt on the same conversation, right?
Yeah.
All this is the financial concerns. So, high cost of tuition and then student loan debt. Well, dude, you can't go over that while you're on a podcast. That's an individual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, if you are here, you're not a U.S. citizen, you don't qualify for aid. So guess what? You know who graduates faster and at a lower debt rate than any other group? It's going to be the Latinos. If they're here if they happen to be here without documentation, because they don't have any assistance. But me, a Latino, again, without U.S. citizenship, I'm a U.S. citizen, so I didn't have that. Like, I could take a semester on or off. I could apply for scholarships or not. So you don't have like that same I don't know, like I don't know. The term is leaving me because it's Saturday night, and I don't know what did you put in here, dude. Okay, so the point is that urgency, sense of urgency. Thank you. I bet you someone was in the comments section like, urgency, Nicholas, sense of urgency. Okay, I didn't have that same sense of urgency because my situation was different. So I am more likely as a U.S. citizen then to buy into the concept of student loan.
Yeah.
But if I don't use it properly, and I use my money to go put badass rims on my truck instead of paying my books, and then I bomb out, I fail, and then that guy's later on like, no man, I owe $50,000 and college sucked and it was stupid. Like, hold up, bro, because you know what the college's not gonna do? They're not gonna be like, hey, Fred, I see that you're on social media blasting us and talking shit. I just reviewed your records, and it turns out they're not going to do that, dude. They're not going to defend themselves. It's like if you go to a restaurant, they're like, it was terrible, it sucked, and I hated it. Most of them are going to be like, whatever. That's ignorant. Ignorant thing. But every once in a while, they're going to be like, hey, you a liar, man, this and that, whatever. Well, a professional person, a professional entity is not going to respond like that. So that's why people can get away with talking noise about their community college, their university, their employer. They're not going to respond because it is below them and unprofessional and probably could cause legal issues if they respond. So I say that because people are like, well, if it weren't true, how come that guy said something on Twitter or X and then they didn't respond? Well, they're not going to respond, guys. Okay? So keep that in mind. Student loan debt is a monster, but it's on you.
Yeah.
You take out what you need, you spend it, you don't have to use it all. But also they don't monitor it. But I will say this, financial awareness, literacy is big. You got to know what you're taking out, man.
Yeah.
You got to know, and if you keep taking out loans and loans and loans, and then you go and I knew someone who took out $100,000 worth of loans, and then they dropped out. They were working on their master's degree. They dropped out. Well, they don't have a degree, and now they owe $100,000. Well, baby, they're calling for their money. So I know it's it's a political conversation, but it is a resource that helps people if you can do it correctly.
Yeah.
Right? The example I give all the time is like, listen, you're going to go buy your first car, okay? You have to go in debt to buy it. Does that mean you go buy that 2025 Corvette that looks like the Batmobile?
Heck yeah. No.
Your big ass wouldn't fit in it, man. You got to be in a truck. Me, now I want to get something more reasonable, something that's going
to Hot Wheels.
He's not autistic. He doesn't know Hot Wheels.
That's all you need, bro.
A remote control car.
One of the,
I'm in the car.
the ones that the babies have. They go like 20 miles an hour.
Boy, I'm driving out 45 into my Barbie.
Bro, my nephew has one. He can let you borrow it. Y'all about the same size.
He's electric.
It saves battery. Saves you on gas.
Oh, you're sick for that one.
And I have a remote for it too, so if you ever...
Okay, we're talking about... Now you know why? Now you know why. All right. Listen, not everyone thrives in college.
No.
That's point number 3. It can be tough, man. The academic setting is a mug. Some might find other learning environments or career paths more appealing. We've seen it, dude.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah.
We've been there where I don't know if this is the right semester for me.
No.
I may have bitten off more than I could chew, right? You take a biology class, you take 2 biology classes, I don't know if it's possible, and an algebra or a dang statistics class. Wow, you've been off more than you can chew. You gotta know how to manipulate this calendar, schedule, how to manage that. You work with your advisor. You know, if you have a good one. I've heard of some places don't have good advisors.
Yeah.
Man, I'm happy to say where I work, phenomenal people. They have great advisors. Whoever's leading that effort has been intentional about ensuring that we have people who are going to properly enforce it. Because then you're just wasting time, bro. And time is money. Okay, I'm going to make another point. Because time is money, we'll make that point number 4. You don't want to spend 5 years at the undergraduate level earning a degree, unless it's like some kind of engineering and stuff. Those are different kind of monsters.
Yeah, those programs are different.
If you want to be a school teacher, bro, there ain't no reason why current high school students should graduate with a 2-year degree, go to the community college or state university. Okay, come out my way, man. Or even if you want to come my way, shoot me an email and I can consult for free about what your best choices are. Maybe you live in some other state. Hey, I can tell you the same. There's a playbook for you to be successful. Time, man. You got to cut the time down. You got to minimize the costs. Okay, GPA matters, but it's not that critical.
Yeah.
The difference between a 3.3 and a 4.0 and getting a job is what? I don't think it's anything. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Scholarship, maybe 3.5 to 4.
No, I mean scholarships, yeah. But once you graduate and you have that degree, people are not looking at your GPA.
They've never referred back to the GPA.
Never. So whether you're a 2.0 or a 4.0.
And if they did refer to GPA, me and this guy wouldn't be here today. Okay? We learned our lessons. I'll share with you why my GPA was so low. Lack of discipline, kind of sort of. I actually didn't understand the system. Mm-hmm. First of all, I've shared this with you before. I didn't know how to spell college. I would spell collage. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go to college. And I spell COLAGE, bro.
I mean,
if you don't know, you don't know.
It's been 40 years and you still don't know how to spell.
No, I was sixth grade spelling champ.
Not spelling college. Not spelling college, you weren't.
Check it, man. I remember my professor at Del Mar College. He said, "Don't be embarrassed by this question. Can you tell me the difference between a community college and a 4-year degree?" I didn't know, guys. I didn't know. And that's nothing on me. And I only share that with you so you know. If you don't know the difference, don't be ashamed, bro. Go learn. If you don't know the difference between a private or a public or 2-year, go find out. If you know the difference between a master's degree and an undergraduate degree, it's like, even for me, they said, are any graduates here? And I had graduated high school, so I was like, I'm a graduate. Baby, no.
Barely, but we're barely graduates.
But in our world, to be a graduate means the degree after your undergraduate, which means after your 4-year degree. But see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right? And so I only share that with y'all so you can have a little bit of laugh, but also so you know, I have an earned doctorate today. But the path to getting an earned doctorate was a lot of ignorance and unawareness and lack of awareness and learning, man. And that's okay. It's okay to learn. So the other point I was going to make real quick is you see it on the news every year. Oh, hey, so and so has over $1 million worth of scholarships to 14 different universities. Now, nothing against that kid, super impressive, but you can't go to 14 different colleges. You can only go to one, guys. Right? It's like in the example I give when I do my discussions, I say this. Here, a big grocery store is HEB, for example. But let's say I have coupons for Walgreens, for CVS, for HEB, for Walmart, for Brookshire Brothers, just all Kroger's. Okay, I have all the coupons for all the stores around here for the same product. I don't know, some drink or something.
Whatever's inside of that.
Whatever's inside. It's an energy drink, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
It is. And but you can't use all the coupons. Now their combined value is $50 or $100, but you're not going to use them all, and there's an expiration date. Okay, so it's very similar to what the news when they do that. Now, again, it is impressive. That tells me that he or she is the top dog, and I love those stories. But he can only choose one, and he or she can only go to use some of those scholarships because some are specific to that university.
Absolutely.
Okay, just a side note so you understand how that works. Okay, congratulations to the ones that are earning it, but it's limited in where. Okay, so we talked about that it's not for everyone, man, and it really isn't. Some careers don't necessarily mean that you need a college degree. Listen, and we said that earlier in the podcast, you don't need a degree to be successful. You really don't. If you got to work at it. You really, listen, guys, but you still have to work hard, man.
Yeah.
If it's not in you, it's not in you, whether you have a degree or not. Now, point out the people who are super, super successful in your circle or in your career or people you look up to. They have the same quality. They just work. They're creative. They're innovative. They're going to be drug-free, alcohol-free. Like, in other words, they have a clear head, dude. Clear goals. Clear approach to life. They surrounded themselves with people who challenge them. And they work hard, man.
Yeah. So
that's the secret. So why is college not for everyone? Because some places you can just go get a certificate. Some you can go work into the workforce. If I knew, I'm going to go right down to like this. If I knew then what I know now, I'd have sold life insurance. And I'd have been a millionaire today. And I'd have changed many, many lives. But I was unaware of how life insurance worked. I was unaware of how buying and selling homes worked. I wish I would have known. I would have been a great salesman, a great real estate agent, a great life insurance agent. And I know some phenomenal ones. Shout out to my girl, Ollie, the OG in Florida, retired command sergeant major. Now she's selling real estate. Listen, it's in her, man. It's already been in her. Like that level of grind, you can't just end it. Caesar, it's the same thing we saw on you when you were this young student. That level, this guy's always going to work hard. He's always going to overachieve, right? That's why people from other states are calling him like, hey, will you come? Will you apply and interview for this position? Well, I'm kind of happy where I'm at, but sure, I'll entertain it. There ain't nothing wrong with it. You gonna give me free lunch and free flight and hotel and that? Sure. And you're in your 20s, bro. You got to do it, man. You got to take advantage of these opportunities. Close it in real quick.
I feel like I'm in my 40s, though.
So that same approach, there's a desire for the hands-on training. I saw a news report today. More people are going on to the hands-on training, going back to the practicality of either 2-year degrees or just on-the-job training and learning a trade. I love that, man. Now, as we said earlier, for specific degrees, for specific careers, you need a degree, but not for all of them, right? If you want to build houses, someone's going to have a degree, right? If you want to, for the most part, if you want to own the company, you probably need to have a business degree. But I know a couple of people that don't have business degrees, and they do quite all right. Okay, I know people who have a degree over here, and then they use it, but their expertise is over here. It's you, man. In case you ain't noticed, the theme of it all is just goes back to you. It's just you, bro. You want it? Go get it.
Go get it.
That's it. Okay. And then there's personal circumstances, right? There's a lot of reasons why higher ed, why a degree may not be for you. It may not be the right time. You look at national politics, it might be an immigration issue. It might be something that concerns you. You might be the only person who can work in your family. There's a lot of different things on why it may not be for you, man. You can think of already in your head too, like a lot of people we know why college was not for them. They had to go into the workforce, man. I know a lot of parents that worked so that their kids could go to college.
Yeah.
I know a lot of parents that went to college so the kids didn't have to work and go to college. Hey, is it in you? That's what I'm talking about right there. But there's personal circumstances as well, man. And then the last one I wrote here is just like the paths, the alternative paths to earning an education, whether that's the trade school, vocational programs, apprenticeships, those certificate programs, all those opportunities will feed into a specific career field that may not need a degree.
Yeah, some of the degrees, the return on investment of those degrees, it's not worth it to get it. If you can go in to the workforce, get that hands-on experience, or the entrepreneurship route, and start your own business or whatever right after high school, then the return on investment of a 4-year degree obviously depends on the major, the institution, when we talked about what career you want to go about, but the return on investment might not be worth it.
May not. But it's yours to decide.
Yeah.
But if you got the inspiration, like if you say, I think I want to teach Texas history at the university level, like the university level, that's pretty specific. Yeah, and I want to have a specific Texas art history at the university level. Ooh, that's pretty specific. You might have difficulty, but there might be somewhere out there where they explore that. But is it as vast as being a nurse? Absolutely not.
You
get a nursing degree, wow, you can go wherever, any state, any country, anywhere. And you could negotiate your salary. That part is true. The other route is tougher. Okay, so you have to know how this works. If you want to go straight to the entrepreneurial route and you don't have a mentor, you don't have someone that's kind of guiding you, it's harder.
It's going to be hard.
It's harder. It's not impossible. It's harder. If you don't have someone looking out for you, like you have people giving you bad advice, terrible investments, that could burn you. Yeah. You put all your money and effort, you put all of it here.
It's all in spot.
And then it bombs out. You're so disillusioned and so beat up that you're just like, I don't know what to do anymore. Bro, pick yourself up. Pick yourself up. Go through that little moment. Call your people like, hey, I'm having a tough time, but I need backup. Deal with it. Change your situation, dude. And then go get it. You may find that, hey, I'm doing pretty well. I know this people, this family. The father did quite well in his business. Then the son went and got a degree to then go back to that same business they was doing well. Like they were doing well. And then triple the income.
Yeah.
So they went from doing quite well to doing amazing. See it all the time. Matter of fact, we know a perfect example of some fathers who went all out, have had successful careers, and the sons are primed and daughters primed to take that business over with a different sense.
With a different mentality. Different mindset.
With some credentials behind it. which it doesn't guarantee anything, by the way.
No, it just opens doors.
It opens those doors. Okay, so you got an idea, guys, of why you could and could not go to college, why you should and should not. We move away from the shoulds, but we definitely like the coulds, man. Mm-hmm. You could do well. It's been good to us. We have great employers. We think we're living in the best region, in the best city, in the best country right now. I think the United States is just kicking ass, dude. I think Texas is just doing an amazing job. Our tax base, the leadership, I think it's a great state to live in. And I like to think that my employer is the best that I could have ever come across, man. I'm lucky. But luck didn't come because I just sat there in the corner waiting for it. I did my part. Mm-hmm. I'm grinding. I'm working hard. And it wasn't always beautiful. There were some tough times in higher ed. Tough times even with my employer. You work through it. You got to have a positive attitude. You can transplant me, put me somewhere else. I'm still going to be happy. I'm still going to do my thing. I'm still going to inspire. I'm still going to uplift people, man. Mm-hmm. And I'm still going to seek being uplifted. I want to surround myself by people who are good too. I don't want to be around trashy, negative, piss poor, unproductive, and unprepared and disorganized people. I don't like those people, man. Mm-hmm. I don't like them, dude. I want people who are gonna like, hey, I saw that you're over here struggling a little bit. Let me help you with that. Whether it's advice, knowledge, or physical labor. Our guest a couple weeks back, Dr. Caesar, talked about a simple example. Hey, if I'm sweeping, come sweep with me. Or get the dustpan. It goes a long way, man. I think that in life, just like in higher ed, it's the same thing. You could be successful if you want to be. Mm-hmm. Or you could get a degree and you can shit. Okay? Whatever I was trying to say. Yeah, I know it didn't make sense. Now I'm talking about taking 3 shits. I don't know. Because I'm tired. That's it. Saturday night. And that's the end of this podcast, brother.
Before you start shitting on it.
Listen, guys. Hey, do your homework. Explore what you want to do, man. And reach out to us, man. Mm-hmm. We'll do a consult with you. Like we're open to that. Whether individually or us together, we do that for free. Because we're higher ed professionals, man. And we do it for free for anyone because we're higher ed homies. And we know that we wouldn't have been here without someone looking out for us to take care of us.
Yep.
So whether you're thinking about it or thinking of or moving away from it, reach out to us. If you're a parent or grandparent and you're thinking about this for your grandchild or your child, man, reach out. I can tell you all about it. If you're a professional and you're thinking career shift change, man, hit me up. We can help you out, man. Mm-hmm. That's it. We're professionals. We're just trying to share our craft with you, man. So thank you for listening in. We're gonna keep on man. It's our last 30, man, and we were doing a great job connecting with people. We appreciate the comments, appreciate the emails and contacts, and thank you. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week, guys.